Hello to everyone and welcome to a new Energy Capital interview. Today we'll talk with Josh Gustafson, President and CEO with Covenant Energy. Hi Josh, it's great to see you today. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for asking, Josh. So, Josh will talk with us about low carbon fuels and the importance of strengthening their development through federal policies and incentives, particularly for the Canadian market. So, without further introduction, I'll start with our first question, Josh. In Canada, what do you think is the role of federal policies to strengthen the competitiveness and development of low carbon fuels, such as renewable diesel?
Yeah, I mean, it's really important. The industry has been moving extremely fast, and it's going to be important for the federal government to send the right signals, but also just to set up the policies in place to make sure that the industry can transition into the proper usage and development of renewable fuels. I mean, you see how fast things are developing in the States, in different states where the proper policies were put in place. And I think in Canada, we have all of the raw materials and the feedstock to really make a big impact in the renewable fuels industry. And so setting up the proper policies right from the get-go can really can make or break the whole industry. Having the proper policies put in place can ensure a strong foothold for Canadians to be able to produce and use and export renewable fuels. So it's really vital. The whole renewable fuels industry. I don't want to sound too scary, but it does hinge on the regulations that the federal government are going to put in place.
So, in this sense, Josh, what has your company, Covenant Energy, done to drive these policies forward in Canada?
Yeah, so we've been able to attend quite a few meetings, both with the different groups within the federal government, as well as meeting as a stakeholder witness on some of the standing committee meetings, and just really voicing our opinion on what we feel is the best way to go about ensuring that the policies promote the industry, that they send a strong signal to different investors that are looking to get into the renewable fuels industry, and really just create a healthy environment to grow the industry, because it is tough breaking in a newer industry when you're starting from scratch, essentially. Again, having that proper framework right from the get-go is important. So we've been trying to give our input, talk with the different groups like Natural Resources Canada, and just help them to develop the proper policies that we see from a stakeholder position that's gonna help drive the industry forward.
So, following that direction, Josh, what is the importance of strengthening Canada's regulatory framework for low carbon fuels, considering in contrast the legal benchmarks already deployed in the US?
Yeah, it's important because we don't want to fall behind. Like I said, we have extremely high potential for renewable fuel production and advancement here in Canada. We have the raw materials, we have the feedstock, as I mentioned, and so making sure that the policies are set up so that we can be on an equal playing field, so that we can help advance the renewable fuels in Canada as much as they're advancing in other parts of the world, especially the US. It's really important for us, and also to create that open trade back and forth from the US and Canada, to make sure that things are open to go both ways, and to have that ability to keep pace and to really just use our feedstocks to the most of their, to use them to the most.
So, on the application side of renewable diesel, how has it been for Covenant Energy to work towards providing Arctic-grade renewable diesel?
Yeah, that's something that we're really excited about. Being from the prairies, I understand Arctic-grade fuels. When we have a stretch of 7 minus 40 Celsius days in a row, you understand how it takes a special fuel to get through those times and run efficiently. So something that we're really excited about, having that Arctic grade fuel that's it's good down to a cloud point of -40. We really feel that especially the central part of the country and northern areas are going to really benefit from that. And so we're developing our facility to be that two-stage facility to produce full-scale Arctic grade renewable diesel. And so we're really excited about that. We think that it's really going to benefit a lot of Canadians and provide that opportunity to run renewable fuels all year round, because right now the renewable fuels that can be implemented all year round are pretty much non-existent outside of renewable diesel. So I mean, it does provide that opportunity for Canadians to have that full year renewable fuel impact.
Regarding sustainable aviation fuel production, what are the actions that Covenant Energy is taking?
Yeah, so we're developing our facility to also be able to produce full-scale sustainable aviation fuel. Again, something that we're very excited about. We do see that sustainable aviation fuel is going to come on in a big way. Obviously, there's lots of signs throughout the industry that it is coming on. I would say it's a little bit behind where renewable diesel is at right now, but certainly the sustainable aviation fuel market is going to play a big factor in the future of the country of Canada reducing emissions and hitting the targets that they have set. So we are expecting to be able to produce full-scale sustainable aviation fuel, and then along with that, making sure that we're again doing our part, as you asked before, what we're doing to help set the regulations and stuff, making sure that we're continuing to promote sustainable aviation fuel to the different government bodies, making sure that it's getting its place in the policies and getting its notice where it needs to be set up to help develop that industry in the country.
So last but not least, Josh, what would be needed to drive Canada to the forefront of the low carbon fuels industry?
I think it's the firm commitments and the clear language, the clear regulations that are showing that, hey, this industry is here to stay. It's going to increase. It's not sending a strong message that it's not something that's going to waver in the wind, something that might be here today and gone tomorrow. Ensuring that all the signals are pointing to this is the base, this is the start, and it's only going to increase. It's only going to expand, because I do feel that Canada is set up in a position where we could be one of the, if not the, biggest producer, one of the most proficient producers of renewable fuels out there. We have a ton of renewable feedstock. We have our population might not be as big as other countries, but we have the ability to create this stuff, to produce it, to use it, and to export it. And so really, again, just sending that strong signal that we are going to build a strong renewable fuels industry is really important, and having those policies in place to send that signal to investors and everyone is really going to be key.
Well, thank you very much, Josh. Many thanks for sharing this information about what Covenant Energy is doing to improve the pathway for renewable fuels. So I don't know, would you like to share your final take on this topic?
Well, first off, thanks so much for having me. I would just say that we're really excited about the industry. It's, as I mentioned, it's moving extremely fast, but we feel that, again, with the proper steps, we can keep pace with the industry, and we're excited to get up and running and start providing Canadians with renewable fuel that's derived from Canadian sources. Canola oil, soy oil, whether it's tallow, carinata oil, camelina oil, whatever the feedstock, we have lots of it in Canada. So we're really excited that, one day you could be seeing an airplane fly or a semi going down the road, and knowing that part of the fuel in those units is come from our fields, right from beside the road that you're driving on, the canola fields and the soybean fields. So it's really exciting. It's as I said, it's a fast moving industry, but we're really excited with where everything's going.